Thinking of moving to Rancho Palos Verdes or the Rolling Hill Estates, the furthest southwest area in the whole of Los Angeles? Well, today I'm going to talk about the pros and cons. I'm sure you've been hearing about the mudslides, etc. So let's talk about the pros and cons, what it's like to live there. If that's what you're looking for, come along for the ride. Here we go. I'm Matt Tilley, the British bloke. I'm a local realtor, and if you're looking to make the move in the next 10 days or 10 weeks or 10 months, give me a call. You can never start too early. I made the huge trip from London back in 2008. I know what it's like to make a daunting move from a different state or even a different continent. I'm happy to discuss it with you. Hope to hear from you. And if you're wondering why there's decorations up behind me, it was my birthday last week, and I've still got the decorations up because you know what? I like my birthday. So why don't we jump into the pros first, tell you all the great stuff about living in PV. Then we'll jump into the cons. Definitely hang around for the cons. There's some you need to hear before you think about purchasing. All right, the first pro, it's got to be the schools. A lot of people I'm talking to right now are people in their 40s. They've got kids, maybe 7, 8, 9, maybe early teens, and they're looking to move to Rancho Palos Verdes or Rolling Hill Estates because of the schools. They are some of the best schools, not in just in LA, but in the whole country. So if you're looking for your forever home, you're raising a family, you want them to have great schools, Rancho Palos Verdes, Rolling Hill Estates, they're going to take very good care of you. The schools, A+. And the next pro, if you've got a young family or any family really, you want to live in a safe area. This area has to have some of the best crime statistics in the whole of LA County. If you go to Orange County, they always say Irvine is the best city in the whole of the country for crime. If you're in LA County, I think Rancho Palos Verdes, Rolling Hill Estates, these neighborhoods in this area of the South Bay, the crime is exceptional. You're really not going to find any better stats. So if crime is high on your radar, this area of town, mwah. Okay, let's talk about outdoor living. Obviously, California, the weather is some of the best in the country. There's not many climates better. 300 days of sunshine. But in order to take advantage, you need to live somewhere where outdoor activity is of abundance. This neighborhood, Rancho PV, like I keep saying, Rolling Hill Estates, you've got horses, you've got the parks, you've got running. You're close to the beaches of South Bay as well. So if you want an outdoor lifestyle, you've got to take a look at these neighborhoods. You have bigger lots so your kids can run around. You can have a pool probably. You know if you have a pool, your kids are going to be swimming, inviting their friends over. So if you're looking for outdoor living, this neighborhood, very tough to beat. If you're enjoying this video, please like and subscribe. I do videos every week on what it's like to live in LA County. If that's what you're looking for, I'll see you in my next video. And a lot of people relocate to LA because of a job, but maybe you live in more of a sleepier town in your current state and you're like, oh, LA, it's the hustle and bustle, the rat race, it's 1,000,000 miles an hour. I don't want to be a part of that. Rancho Palos Verdes is the place for you. It's a lot less in terms of population density, definitely a slower pace of life. It doesn't really feel like Los Angeles, which is why so many people, including myself, absolutely love it. So if you want to move to LA, but not live in the hustle and bustle of a city vibe, Rancho Palos Verdes, Rolling Hill Estates, could be perfect for you. Okay, so you want your kids to learn how to horse ride, or maybe you want a horse ride, maybe you're retiring and really fancy that quality of life. This is the #1 area, if you ask me, in the whole of LA County, definitely the whole of LA, to be horse people. You've got the houses with the stalls, with the acreage. It's perfect. When I hike around here, I'm seeing all the horses. Amicus is like a celebrity horse in this neighborhood when you go down the trails. Huge horse. So yeah, if you want to teach your kids horse riding or you just want a horse ride or own a horse, these neighborhoods are absolutely perfect for you. You should definitely check them out. Okay, another pro, you're coming from out of state where you have these big lots, maybe half an acre, maybe an acre, standard in some states. You come to LA, standard lot size is somewhere between 5 and 6,500 square foot. They're a lot smaller. The great thing about PV, this area of South Bay, the lots are large. You want half an acre, you want an acre, you want more than an acre, these homes have you covered. So if you want a lot of land, take a look at this neighborhood, give me a call, you're gonna like it. The next pro, when you think of sunny California, what do you think of? The golden world-class beaches. But maybe you don't want to live on the beach, all the tourists, the hustle and bustle. Once again, this neighborhood of town, you're 10, 15, 20 minutes away from the beaches of Redondo Beach or Hermosa Beach. So if you want to be a little bit out of the hustle and bustle, but you want to be able to get to the beaches once a week or maybe a couple of times a month for your kids to run around, this location, once again, magnifique. You want an ocean view and live in LA? If you went to Malibu, Palisades, Santa Monica even, you better have a budget of $5 million plus. In PV, that is not the case. You can find homes for around $2.5 million with beautiful ocean views. You really can't do that anywhere else in LA. For that, it's a huge pro. There's a good array of price points. If your budget is $1.5 million, you can find a home in this neighborhood. But if your budget is $3, $4, $10 million plus, this neighborhood also caters for your needs. So what I like, a huge array of homes with a huge array of budgets. That's definitely a pro. One of the main complaints I get from people moving to this area or have lived here for a while, and maybe it's a stereotype, is the community vibe in LA. People keep themselves to themselves. Maybe up in Westwood or Beverly Hills, they might be a little bit stuck up. And is it a stereotype? It might be. I don't get that as much, personally. But in Rancho Palos Verdes, Rolling Hill Estates, if you ask people, the community vibe there is excellent. Everyone knows each other. There's only about 75,000 people live in this area. And everyone knows everyone. People are born and raised, lived there a long time. So if you're looking to go somewhere with a great community vibe, Halloween parades, I just did a 5K fundraiser recently in the area. So yeah, some areas of town, people might say it's really hard to make friends, it's really bad community vibe. In Rancho Palos Verdes, Rolling Hill Estates, all these areas in the South Bay, community vibe, excellent. All right, I think that's enough pros. I could probably go on a little bit, but I don't want to bore you. Let's get to the cons, and there's some cons that I really want to tell you about. The first con that we should discuss, it kind of limits where you can work if you live in PV, if you ask me. If you work up in Beverly Hills, Santa Monica, even by the airport, with traffic, if you're leaving at 7:30 in the morning and coming back at 5 o'clock at night, unless you love driving for 1.5 hours plus, you're kind of secluded. Now, if you work from home, great. If you're retiring, great. But if you're looking to work up in the city, living in PV might not be a good idea. Another complaint that I hear, which for some people is a pro, but a lot of people complain about it, you're kind of stuck in your bubble living in PV. If you want to go to restaurants or bars or up in the city to the beaches, it's always a journey. You got to get in your car, you got to pack, and you got to drive. It's not like just hopping onto your bike or your scooter and you're there in 5 minutes. So no matter where you live in PV, if you want to go and do something or go to a nice restaurant, you're probably going to have to get in your car and drive. And for some people, that's not that appealing. Okay, con number 3. Let's talk about the landslides that have happened recently. Obviously in PV, with the ocean views, the mountains or hills, there's potential for mudslides. There's potentials for fire. So if you're buying a home in these neighborhoods, make sure you check your insurance. Make sure you potentially get extra insurance for all these potential disasters that could happen. I would be way more wary about fires and mudslides, for example, than I would be about earthquakes. So make sure you get extra insurance, but obviously that extra insurance is going to tap on an extra $100, $200, maybe $300 or $400 a month onto your mortgage. So while they don't happen all the time, mudslides are common, fires are common. Check it out before you buy a home. The next con, prices have gone up a lot since COVID. You know what it was like? People were stuck in their homes. They wanted more space. They wanted land. So guess where they went to? PV. Bigger lots. But because of that, prices, if you ask me, have gone up more than the average appreciation for the rest of LA. It is expensive to live there now. But if you have the resources, it's a pretty good place to live. Also, another con, if you ask me, if you're 35 and under and you're moving to LA, you want the LA lifestyle, you want the trendy bars, the restaurants, the hustle and bustle, the going to downtown, the cool restaurants or hotels. Rancho Palos Verdes is probably not for you. If you ask me, it's for retirees or it's for people in their mid-40s. Maybe they've got a couple of 10-year-olds. They're looking to buy their forever home and live happily ever after. But if you're looking to get on the market, maybe you're 35 and like I said, you want that LA lifestyle, I wouldn't buy here personally. There's other cooler, more hip neighborhoods in LA. All right, that's the pros, that's the cons. I think it's an incredible location to live. Like I said, please reach out if you have any questions. I'm more than happy to help you. In fact, I would love to help you. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Hope to see you in my next video.